Good afternoon and welcome to the Legislative Committee meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, both directors here. Director Hoffman is on Zoom. I move the agenda. How does that look to you?
Yes, go ahead and I second it.
Okay, public comments. Do we have any public here?
Yes, not in person, but online it looks like we have Peter Barnes. Do you have a public comment?
No comments.
Okay, thank you. Okay, approval of minutes.
I approve the minutes.
And I'll second that. Update from representatives. Let's start with Smitty's office. How about that? Let's start with Smitty's office.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cassie, here representing Assemblyman Thurston Smitty-Smith. First off, I just wanted to say this will be our last meeting here for the Phelan Pinion Hills. And we really just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of our heart for everything you guys have done to support our office throughout our term. So really, Smitty and our chief of staff both wanted me to say thank you to all of you guys over there. So the assembly is currently out of session for the year. We did end session in August. So there's no new bill updates, but for our two bills that we did get passed, and it's really exciting, was AB 2105, the veteran contractor's license fee, and AB 2152, the Needles OHV pilot program. So those were two. I know I had talked about it back in August, but those were both signed by the governor, will go into effect starting in January. So we're really looking forward to seeing those go into effect. And then also, I just wanted to say happy Veterans Day to any veterans out there, and I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you.
Thanks. I don't have any questions. Do you, Kathy?
No, thank you.
Well, we'll sure miss you. It's been a joy working with you. And I personally think I'm really thankful for the help you were able to provide for me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, let's go with the county commissioner's office, or county supervisor's office. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having us. As always, I'm glad to be able to participate in these meetings. And I'll just echo that and say thank you to Cassie, to everything you and Assemblyman Smitty have done. Everyone's certainly appreciative of all of that work. Just a brief update from the county side. You may have seen Measure D. It looks like it's going to pass. It's one I've brought up several times before. So this will change some of the term limits, some of the funding or salary for the supervisors, and we'll move our start date for the new terms from December to January. So we're all getting an extra month here in our first term, which is very exciting. Beyond that, we have the Phelan Road Extension Project, which I've mentioned before, I believe, is on the agenda for next week's SBCTA meeting. So really what's going to happen there, we're getting an additional $2.5 million allocated to that project. As you recall, this is the widening project from Phelan Road from the 138 over to the Hesperia city limits. It'll extend the road from 2 lanes to 5 lanes with a continuous left turn lane down the middle the entire time. So we're very excited to see more funding going through to that. It's currently in the environmental design phase, which, as you know, is always very, very quick and breezy and easy to deal with. So we're excited to get that moving forward, and happy to see some progress for it on our upcoming agenda. But beyond that, I don't have anything else too specific. As always, if anyone has any questions, feel free to bug us with them. And that's all I've got.
Do you have any, Kathy?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I just want to thank you for the stop sign. That was a really big deal up here. Anything that's traffic related is a pretty big deal for us. We don't have a whole lot.
Yeah, well, one of the most common calls we get from the Phelan area is people asking for stop signs and stop lights. So I'm always glad when we're actually able to get a few of those up. It's always good to help out however we can. So
Well,
I'm glad they're appreciated.
Oh yeah, they are. It'll end up saving lives. I have friends whose relatives have passed at that intersection.
Yeah, no, they can be pretty dangerous as the communities grow. So.
Also, I wanted to bring up attention to the intersection of Duncan and Sheep Creek. It's been severely damaged since last winter, and it still hasn't been repaired. And with this last storm, there's even more. It's worse than some of our dirt roads.
What happened to it?
It's eroded.
Okay.
It's been eroded since last winter.
All right, I'll reach out to Public Works on that.
Yeah, it really needs to be addressed because you have to, in order to avoid them, you have to sort of like maneuver your vehicle around them now.
Yeah. Okay. That was Duncan and Sheep Creek?
Yeah, Duncan and Sheep Creek.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And that's it for me. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Actually, I should be asking Peter if he has any questions for either Smitty's office or the supervisor's office.
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
Okay. Then we'll move on to J.R. Ronalti's office in Hayden.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody a short ledge update. The first thing that I want to talk about is the economy. Federal overspending in the last year led to the highest inflation rates that we've seen since 1981. This inflation expected to cost the average American household last year about $5,000, and on this year it's on track to cost the California households $9,527 just due to inflation. Congressman Overnolte is working hard with members of legislation to bring a balanced budget back to our federal government to help lower the ensuing inflation and bring our economy back on track. The next thing I want to bring up, because this is something that we definitely see well within the 8th district, is gas prices. Now, I know all of us are seeing an increase in prices out here, and this is a direct result of government intervention in our free energy market. When government overregulation hits our market, we pay increased prices, and we can see this no better place than the 8th district of California. If you go to Needles, California, which is within our district, you see that the price is over $7 a gallon for gas. Now, if you go a few miles away into Arizona, you actually see that drop down to the national average of about $3.50 a gallon. We see this because the Biden administration's first days in office issued executive orders that limited drilling on our federal lands, meaning that we no longer produce oil here. We have to import it from places with human rights violations and no environmental laws with how they produce this oil, such as Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. So Congressman Overnolte has been working with other members of legislation to help bring back our domestic energy production and lower the cost for everybody. The last thing I want to bring up, because I know that this is absolutely going on in Phelan, and this is affecting the community, is the illegal marijuana grows. Congressman Overnolte has been fighting to secure our southern border because we're seeing a lot of these illegal marijuana grows that are being run by drug cartel organizations. In fact, our sheriff's department has issued a fentanyl emergency for our area, and these drugs and grows that we are seeing are directly fueled by this issue. So Congressman Overnolte has been working with members of our law enforcement, both locally and at the southern border in California and in Texas, and trying to get them whatever resources they need to help keep our communities safe. The last thing I want to bring up is Congressman Overnolte introduced the Safe Veterans Act, and this would allow members of our armed forces, once they leave service, to use some of their benefits to get their commercial pilot's license to help alleviate the issues that we're seeing with our aviation right now with lack of pilots and people going on strike. This would be a great way to solve this issue, and it is a bipartisan bill. So there's my short ledge update for everybody. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't. How about you, Kathy?
No, thanks, Hayden.
Oh, thank you. You sure got a lot going on. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. And Peter, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to update on election results. How many of them do we have?
So our statewide Senate, so that's currently Rosalisi Ochoa. That hasn't changed because that wasn't up for election. So that's the same. You're probably aware that we were redistricted down with Pasadena. So we don't have a high desert representative anymore. That's why Smitty is going to no longer be at our meetings. Although I'm sure their office, if he's reelected, will still help us. So it looks like for now, Chris Holden is leading. Of course, the election won't be certified for some time, but for now, it looks like Chris Holden is going to be our representative for our new assembly district, which is number 41. And then, of course, it looks like Jay Obernolte will continue to be our congressman. So he's over 60% right now.
Nice.
And as far as our board goes, it is too close to call. So we're going to have to wait for at least today's update, if not farther out into the future. Our ROV office has until December 8th at 5, correct, Sam, to certify that election. So it could take as long as that. Hopefully they'll certify it sooner. So we'll see how it goes. That's kind of all I have.
Okay. Well, then let's move on. Do you have any questions, anybody?
I'm good, thanks.
Staff report and committee comments. Let's start with staff.
I have nothing further to report on right now. We're just getting everything scheduled. We're going to have at least one new board member. So at our first meeting in December, as long as the election's certified, we'll have a swearing in. And that's about it.
And I don't have any comments myself. How about you?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could add, I've had a major joy in serving with everybody. Review of action items.
There were, I don't think there were any. Yeah, there were none.
Not from the prior, yeah.
Nope.
Okay, agenda for next meeting, which won't be until February.
Well,
I think you'll probably remove the update on election results.
Yeah, we'll probably know. And of course, our committee calendar may change depending on the makeup of our committees.
yes.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll adjourn. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful holiday season and enjoy the cooler weather.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Thanks so
guys.
much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.